Alrighty guys, we are going to go ahead and get this show on the road. Welcome back to another video right here on my Twitch live streams channel, DZPalomino. If you guys are watching the rerun on my YouTube channel, also DZPalomino, where for this video we are back at playing Jeopardy. Alright, if you guys watching the rerun, this is going to be playlist episode number 7, where for this episode, this video, we are going to be playing the Jeopardy's Commander-in-Chief event. All right, this seems like we're going to have a series of interesting trivia to knock out. Woo! With that being said, folks, if you guys want to support, you can support at the bottom of your screen, Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. Or if you currently don't have the space to support at the moment, you can utilize the Ember app, where you can download it on your smartphone. And with the invitation code available, you get a boost, where you can mine Satoshi, mine Bitcoin, 24/7, 365, play, win, earn, where we could be virtual Bitcoin mining business partners. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into it, folks. I don't want to say too much else. Jeopardy, folks, episode number 7, Commander-in-Chief. Pretty much for the sake of time, we'll see how far we can make it, depending on where the game goes. More than likely 4 rounds, maybe 5, depending on, again, where things go, and we'll just see where this takes us. With that being said, folks, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Commander-in-Chief. And away we go. All right. Okay, power-ups for now. Alrighty, folks, for attempt number 1. Round 1, and the category is as follows. First ladies, presidential middle names, 20th century U.S. presidents. Let's go with presidential names for 600, please. Rudolph. Let's use one of our power-ups. I think it's Gerald Ford. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but Gerald Ford. Yes, it is Gerald Ford. All right. Middle names, 400, please. Gamaliel. I don't know. Andrew Johnson, Warren Harding, Grover Cleveland. I would like to think it's Warren Harding, to the best of my knowledge. But that will be my guess, but I'm going to pass. Yes, it was Warren. Dang it. All right. Presidential middle names for 200, and we have a daily double. I'm gonna go with 100. Ulysses, originally. Ooh. Originally. It's like, I think it's a trick question, but I don't think it's a trick question at the same time, so I'm just going to throw it in there. Okay, Ulysses S. Grant. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's go with 20th century U.S. presidents for 600, please. At Stanford University, he majored in mining engineering. Ooh. William H. Taft, Herbert Hoover, Ronald Reagan. If I had to guess, it would be Herbert Hoover. It was. Darn. Alright. 20th century U.S. presidents for 400 we have. During his term, the voting age was lowered from 21 to 18. Oh, darn it. I don't remember that off the top of my head, but I did hear about this. So it's going to be Richard Nixon, LBJ, Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy, but I'll pass. Nope. Nixon. Alright, folks. For Double Jeopardy, the category is as follows. FDR. President's fathers. Presidents by kids. Ooh. Let's go with FDR for 1200. FDR was born and is now buried in this town on the Hudson River. Hudson River. Hyde Park, Kinderhook, Red Hook. I'm going to guess it, but utilize one of my power-ups. Hyde. Yes, it was Hyde Park. Nice. Let's go with President's Fathers for 1200. His father died before he was born, so he was raised by an uncle, Sardis Burchard. Rutherford Hayes, James Garfield, William Taft. Rutherford, but I'm going to pass. Yes, it was Rutherford. What the heck? Okay. Let's go with Presidents by Kids for 1200. John Calvin. Jimmy Carter, James Garfield, Calvin Coolidge. I like to think Jimmy Carter. I'm going to pass. No, it is not. It is Calvin. Okay. Let's go with FDR for 800. During his 1932 campaign, FDR relied on a trusted group of advisors dubbed this. Pretty smart. The brain trust, the hive mind, the brilliance. Something tells me the brain trust, but I don't know for 100%. I'm going to pass. The brain trust. 400 for FDR. While attending this school, FDR was editor of its newspaper, The Crimson. Yale, Princeton, Harvard. I like to think it's Harvard, but I'm not sure. Yes, it was Harvard. I would have cleaned that board if I just went ahead and guessed it, you know. Alright, folks, for the final Jeopardy, the category is as follows. All the President's Kids. And we'll go with 100. I can be president, Teddy Roosevelt said. Or I can control her. I cannot possibly do both. Alice. Yeah. Alrighty, folks, that does it. 2,000 points, winning the first attempt at Jeopardy's. Alrighty, folks. And if you guys have this game on your smartphone, you could join me, Jeopardy Musketeers. Limited spaces available. And for the special event, I am currently sitting at 543rd place. Alrighty, folks. Attempt number 2, Commander-in-Chief. Alright. For round 1 of Jeopardy, the category is as follows. Who made you supreme? President Fathers? Books about presidents. Let's go with books for 600. Soldier, planter, statesman of the old Southwest. Andrew Jackson, Zachary Taylor, Jimmy Carter. Something tells me I like to think it's Jimmy Carter, but I'm going to pass. No, it was Zach. Okay. Let's go with books about presidents for 400. One Man Alone. FDR, Nixon, Andrew Johnson. Not sure. If I had to guess, FDR, but I'm gonna pass. No, it was Nixon. Okay. Books about presidents for 200. Ode Tippecanoe. William Howard Taft, William Henry Harrison, Woodrow Wilson. Not my department of knowledge, but Woodrow Wilson. But I'm going to pass. No. It was Harrison. Man, I would have got it wrong every time. Ain't that something? All right. Let's go with Who Made You Supreme for 600. And no, not Supreme Pizza. David Davis, Stephen J. Field, and Salmon P. Chase. Ulysses S. Grant, George Washington, and Abraham Lincoln. Ooh, I'd like to think Abraham Lincoln, maybe, but I'll pass. Yes, it was Abraham Lincoln. Oof. Supreme for 400. Thurgood Marshall. Ooh. Dang it. Dwight D. Eisenhower, Harry S. Truman, Lyndon B. Johnson. Eisenhower, but I'm passing. No. LBJ. All right. Double Jeopardy, folks. And the category is as follows. Buchanan, James Buchanan, Bill Clinton. Fun with Mount Rushmore. Let's go with Rushmore for 1200. Of the 4 presidents on Mount Rushmore, he's the one buried closest to it. I'm not sure. Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Theodore Roosevelt. I'm going to double chance it, but George Washington. No. I don't want to risk it any further. It was Lincoln. And no, you'll never find Chuck Norris's face on Mount Rushmore because his beard was too tough. Anyways, fun with Mount Rushmore for 800. The order in which the heads were completed. It was also the order in which the men served. Ooh, Washington, Lincoln, Jefferson, Roosevelt. Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, Lincoln. Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, Roosevelt. Ooh, darn it. Okay. Let's go with Bill Clinton for 1200. Prior to being elected Arkansas governor in 1978, Clinton held this state office: Attorney General, Vice Squad Superintendent, Treasurer. Prior to being elected Arkansas governor, huh? Dang. Attorney General? But I'm passing. Attorney General. Woof. Let's go with fun with Mount Rushmore for 400. He's the only Mount Rushmore president not founded on a U.S. banknote. Okay. Lincoln is the 5. Roosevelt, I don't think. Jefferson. Oh, man. I can't remember off the top of my head. Jefferson. Theodore Roosevelt. Oh, man, I hate this timer sometimes, but I think it's Roosevelt. Yes, it is Roosevelt. Whew. Let's go with Bill Clinton for 800, please. In 1998, Clinton became the second U.S. president to face a Senate trial after a vote for this passed in the House. Conviction, confirmation, impeachment. Ooh. Not my department of knowledge, but impeachment? I'm passing. Yes, impeachment. Oh, darn. Woof. Well, at least I walked away with some points, enough to get to Final Jeopardy. So, with that being said, folks, Final Jeopardy, presidents and golf. I will risk $100. During a golf game, Billy Graham urged this loser of the 1962 California governor's race to run for president a second time. No. Reagan. No. And the correct answer is Nixon. All right, not bad. Tied for second place. Let's go ahead and go at it again, folks. Attempt number 3. All right. All right, folks. Attempt number 3. And the first round of Jeopardy category is as follows. Presidential potables after the White House. He was the VP. I came close to saying the VIP. Anyways, let's go with after the White House for 600. And we have a daily double. Well, since it's on the highest points, then I would think that, the trivia is going to be where it is at its hardest. So let's try 100. In 1841, he represented the Amistad mutineers before the Supreme Court. James Madison, Thomas Jefferson, John Quincy Adams. Oof. I have to provide an answer. Adams. Yes. Yes. Let's go with after the White House for 400. Although he crashed in the election of 1932, he later led 2 commissions to reorganize the executive branch. Calvin Coolidge, Woodrow Wilson, Herbert Hoover. Wilson? I'm going to pass. No, it was Hoover. Okay. All right. Let's go with VP for 600. 1901. Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, William McKinley, Charles Fairbanks. I actually haven't heard of the name Charles Fairbanks. Dang. That's where my guess is going to sit, and I'm going to pass. No, it was Roosevelt. Okay. Let's go with presidential potables for 600. During this man's 1801 to 1809 presidency, his wine tab for 1 year was $7. Now, my department of knowledge. James Madison, James Monroe, Thomas Jefferson. For $7, huh? Jefferson. I'm going to pass. Yes, it was Jefferson. It was 1801. I'm thinking inflation, and I'm thinking what's considered a lot of money in that time period. And more or less, it's like I probably should have just guessed that one. $7 may be a lot in that time period. All right. Presidential potables for 400. This future president disgraced himself as Lincoln's VP with a drunken speech on Inauguration Day. I didn't hear about this. Hannibal Hamlin, Andrew Johnson, Ruther B. Hayes. Hamlin? But I'm passing. No, Andrew Johnson. Alright, folks, moving on to Double Jeopardy. The category is as follows. John Quincy Adams, presidential menagerie. Anyways, Teddy Roosevelt speaks. Alright. Menagerie or menagerie. Alright, let's go with Roosevelt speaks for 1200. Teddy reportedly said that this predecessor had as much backbone as chocolate eclair. Huh? William Howard Taft, Grover Cleveland, and William McKinley. I'm going to use my power-ups. And I'm thinking it's Taft. No. McKinley. All right. Okay. Let's go with Roosevelt speaks for 800. And we have a daily double. Alright, I'll risk 100. Teddy calls the White House a bully. One of these. A pulpit, a platform, an executive. An executive? No, it is not. Correct answer is pulpit. Okay. All right. Let's go with John Quincy Adams for 1200. Little John and his mom were witnesses to this June 17th, 1775 battle. Ooh. I'm going to use my last double chance, and I'm leaning a lot towards Bunker Hill. Yes, it is. Whew. Let's go with John Quincy Adams for 800, please. In 1811, Madison appointed him to this body. The Senate approved it, but John turned it down. Ooh. The Joint Chiefs of Staff, the State Department, the Supreme Court. Joint Chiefs, when I'm passing? No, the Supreme Court. Ooh. Okay. Let's go with let's close out the remaining category for 400. All right. At age 63, John left the White House and began to serve in this house, where he was called Old Man Eloquent. The House of Representatives, the House of Commons, the House of Lords. I like to think it's the House of Commons, but I'm going to pass. No. Alrighty. For the second time in this playlist episode, folks, I am in first place. Alright, and the final Jeopardy, the category is as follows. He was president. 100, please. Napoleon became first consul and began ruler as dictator of France when this man was president. Oh boy. Think back to the Louisiana Purchase, I think? Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, John Adams. No, not Washington. I would like to think it's Jefferson. No, and it has to be John Adams in that case. Yes. Alrighty, folks. Landing in first place for the second time. Nice. Alright, folks, this may be the final one. Yeah, we'll call it on this one. Attempt number 4, and away we go. Alrighty, folks, for the final attempt in Jeopardy. Oh boy. Not too good as far as the power-ups, so not much of an advantage, but okay, I'll take it. The category is as follows. U.S. Presidents, Presidential Medal Freedom Athletes, Vice Presidential Rhyme Time. Let's go with U.S. Presidents for 600, please. After a June 1991 autopsy, coroners concluded that this president did not die by poisoning. William McKinley, Zachary Taylor, James Garfield. I'm not sure. McKinley? Well, I'm going to pass. No, Zachary Taylor. Okay. U.S. presidents for 400. As a college senior, he won the Michigan Wolverines Most Valuable Player Award. Harry S. Truman, Theodore Roosevelt, Gerald Ford. I like to think it's Gerald Ford, but I'll pass. Yes, it was. Yes, it was Gerald Ford. U.S. presidents for 200, please. In 1989, he was made an honorary knight by Queen Elizabeth II. Interesting. I think I've heard this somewhere. Can't remember in detail. Jimmy Carter, George Bush, Ronald Reagan. Carter? But I'm not 100% certain. No, Ronald Reagan. Okay. Let's go with VP rhyme time for 200, please. Dan's Humpbacks. Hale's Whales. Gale's Whales. Quayla's Whales. Yale? With the G? But I'm going to pass. No, it was not. All right, let's close off the first round with Presidential Medal of Freedom athletes for 200. Gerald Ford honored this 1936 Berlin Olympic star with the Medal of Freedom in 1976. Babe Dickerson, James Thorpe, Jesse Owens. Ooh, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure where to start. Jesse Owens. Alright, starting off Double Jeopardy in last place. At least I'm not in the negative. Alright. The category is as follows. Presidential Father's Day. I'm not your president because of you. Or, I'm not president because of you. Go get him, Mr. President. Alright. Alright. Let's go with Go Get Him, Mr. President for 1200. In 1931, while living in New Salem, Illinois, he defeated Jack Armstrong in a wrestling match. A wrestling match? Wrestling match. Andrew Johnson, Abraham Lincoln, Ulysses S. Grant. Grant, but I'm not sure. No, Abraham Lincoln. I'm not president because of you for 1200. Barry Goldwater, JFK, LBJ, Richard Nixon. Barry Goldwater, huh? JFK? But I'm going to pass. No, LBJ. Okay. Wow. I'm currently in first place right now. And all I have is 0. Alright. Presidential Father's Day for 1200. Benjamin Harrison V. Benjamin Harrison VI. William Henry Harrison. Woodrow Wilson. Henry Harrison? But I'm passing. Yes, it was. I should have just guessed it. Dang it. Alright. Presidential Father's Day for 400. William Jefferson Blythe III. Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Bill Clinton. I like to think it's Thomas Jefferson. I mean, oh boy, it seems too predictable, but I'm going to risk it. No, Bill Clinton. Alright, go get him, Mr. President, for 800. As a senior, the future president and Pulitzer Prize winner was on the Harvard swim team. Now, Ronald Reagan, I believe, if memory serves me right, was actor. So it's down to FDR or JFK. I'm not seeing FDR. Let's go with JFK. I'm going to risk it. Yes. And I am on my way to Final Jeopardy out of the negative and sitting in second place. The Final Jeopardy category is as follows. Presidents and First Ladies. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to risk nothing. This president referred to his wife as the boss and daughter Margaret as the one who bosses the boss. Oh man. I have to give an answer. Truman. Oh wow, and I got that correct. Second place. Alrighty, folks. That will do it. Thanks again, guys, for watching, especially for those who have been watching from start to finish. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys want to subscribe, and if you want to support, don't feel free to support Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and with the sponsor of the Amber app. With that being said, folks, that was a lot of fun for this playlist, episode number 7 of Playing Jeopardy, Commander-in-Chief. With that being said, folks, I will see you guys in the next game show.